go ahead. So the digestive system starts with the tongue. You can notice the papillae are significantly rougher on the cat than they are on the human. You're going to lead down through the mouth into the esophagus that is directly posterior to the trachea. You can see the esophagus has some folds in it, but that will peristaltically convey the food down through the diaphragm and into the sac of the stomach. Okay, and I haven't dissected this portion of the stomach, but the stomach, when you cut it open, it will have some folds. Those are called rugae, and they're just for increasing the capacity of the stomach. Right here, this large four-lobe structure is the liver. The liver is useful for a considerable number of functions, including metabolism of protein, fats, carbohydrates. It stores bile and has a number of other functions. The stomach is just going to be for digestion, and it will have gastric juices that will help digest the food. There's the gallbladder. The gallbladder is really just to store bile and bile salts and fat. So it's not vitally necessary because the liver does many of the same functions, but it aids the liver. Then, if you lift the stomach up, you see this kind of elongated, looking like roast beef or corned beef or something kind of thing. It does, but it's white. This is the pancreas, and so the pancreas is also going to aid in digestion by secreting enzymes that are going to aid in the digestion of specifically proteins and lipids. Now, once you get beyond the pancreas, you might notice this big spleen. The spleen is actually not part of the digestive system, but is important in digesting worn-out red blood cells. So even though we talk about it with digestive, it's not really part of the digestive system, so we'll just let it go away. Now, the small intestine is going to join with the stomach here. This would be the pyloric sphincter, will lead into the small intestine. And the small intestine is fed by tissue that we call mesentery. So if I pull it out here, you can see some of the mesentery feeding all of the small intestine. Now, the small intestine will join the large intestine, which it's much easier to find if you actually take off the mesentery. Where does my large intestine start? Or not mine, but where does the cat's? Where is the cecum? Oh, it looks like it's somewhat cut. So this is going to be the end, towards the end of the large intestine, where it's going to join with the rectum. And you can see, though, that the diameter of the large intestine is considerably larger than the small intestine. And that's because the large intestine is really just for absorption of water. That's the main point of the large intestine. Whereas the small intestine, you're going to be doing a lot more with breaking down nutrients, metabolism, absorption of nutrients. But the rectum is really just to remove the water from the fecal material. And then, of course, you would lead down into the rectum and the anus in the cat. This is the bladder, so that's actually in front of where the rectum and the anus would be. But you can see it connecting, sort of. You can see it right here.
Is that the rectum?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.